During one unbearably dull meeting, boredom overtook me completely. My eyes wandered across the conference room searching for any detail, any excuse to leave. I don't remember what the meeting was about. Even now, a trace of that boredom returns as my mind summons a faded image of us sitting around the same table. I would have agreed to anything at all, just to leave. The irony was simple. I was the one who had made the room so unbearably boring. I fought myself, and as always, I lost. Every object in the room felt deliberately uninspiring, as if its only purpose was to deny me even the smallest impression. "You see," my client said, "when my father's estate was confiscated, the mansion, the mill, the grain warehouses, I was still a child, but I swore I would reclaim everything. One day, in front of the local church, there's an inscription thanking my family for serving the entire community. I'm certain there are photographs." Photographs. That was it. The key I had been waiting for. "Sir," I said, "say no more. That will be our first step. Please be patient until I return. Goodbye." I stood up and left immediately. The door stayed open long enough for him to see me grab my coat, hear my keys jingle, and disappear. I drove away without knowing where I was going. The boredom had deafened me. Within minutes, Magdalena, my secretary, sent everything I needed to my phone. I drove north and stopped in a small town. A tavern stood in a park filled with ancient mulberry trees. Late summer, a soft sunset, a mild breeze, bicycles humming, an occasional bell, old men sipping chilled wine as summer quietly ended. I stayed at a hotel called Royal, worn, gently declining. Just how I like it. Only the church was open, no inscription, no plaque, only a reddish-brown foundation, older than the rest of the facade. I met a young Orthodox priest, calm, gracious. He asked me to return the next day. Back under the mulberry trees, I watched the branches sway and listened. The next day, the library, heavy shelves, old books, readers, Marx, Darwin, uncovered volumes. The archive was orderly, mostly in German. Birth records, land plots, maps. After an hour, dizzy from mildew, I left. Across the street, faded yellow letters on glass, journal. Inside, decades of newspapers, none digitized. I skimmed quickly, stopping only at photographs. May 1975, a school in Brazil. Vitoria, Entre Rios. The photographer's name was unmistakably German, and I knew I was trapped again by my obsession with the Danube Swabians. It began in 2003. A letter arrived at my grandfather's house. Descendants of Germans deported after the war were coming to visit. My grandfather, a Yugoslav partisan veteran, saw it as a new ultimatum. He forbade me from cooperating. From that day on, I became obsessed. Obsession is eternal thirst. You drink, but you remain thirsty. I own every publication. I bid on photographs. One shows 6 SS officers seated in a hallway nearly identical to my grandfather's. I look at it every day. The truth is fragile. Many Danube Swabians supported Nazi Germany. This is documented. But they also arrived centuries earlier, drained swamps, built towns, brought culture, faith, and relentless work. Not all were Nazis. The Brazilian photograph was taken by Jakob Philipp Lichtenberger. In his final interview, he sought no forgiveness. He led SS units, fled to Brazil, became a teacher. He was never prosecuted. In those same papers, I found stories of families who had done no wrong. Their suffering was immense. Their descendants still wait. No one dares lift the next stone. I continued meeting Danube Swabians, listening, A people in love with a mother who always treated them harshly. When I returned to my office, I revoked my client's power of attorney. The German embassy informed me he had falsely claimed noble descent. He was arrested while crossing the border